This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Hey, let me ask you this. We got lots of questions, and WrestleManiac says, did Vince tell you that he wanted you back full-time after this show? This was your first pay-per-view broadcast since '09, and afterward you would broadcast on and off again throughout the summer and fall. Was this originally intended to be a one-off?
I think it was. I think it was intended to be a one-off. I think what maybe pulled the trigger was the minute-by-minute ratings that we got on Monday. And now it's obvious that the ratings on a Monday Night Raw following a pay-per-view are generally inflated. Curiosity, people didn't buy the pay-per-view, what happened, et cetera, et cetera. But I think I was originally brought back in just to facilitate the Cole thing, the Michael Cole situation. Why I hung around at their, they're still paying me. I was getting paid very well. And I appreciate that. I'm grateful, but I didn't think it was going to be a long-term thing whatsoever.
Well, Jim, next week we're going to be back on Tax Day, April 15th. And what better topic to talk about than Mike Rotunda, aka IRS, a former member of the Varsity Club, of course, father to one of the big-time players at this year's WrestleMania, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. We'll be back in 2 weeks with John Cena to discuss his 2006. In 3 weeks, we'll cover Backlash 2001. In 4 weeks, we'll cover Super Brawl #1. And of course, I know everyone wants to know, when are we doing Mankind's 97? We're doing it on June 3rd. We got a full dance card here, just like you do over at jrsbbq.com. Isn't that right?
Yeah, pretty busy. Appreciate everybody's business and support of our website and our little business we got going on. We're certainly right in the midst of for non-traditional grillers. We're here. We're in grilling season, baby. I know for guys like you and I that kind of grew up around the grill and certainly grew up around eating what came off the grill. Business is good. So we ran out of all-purpose seasoning because all of a sudden it got a push and it got over. And so I say this all the time. We're grateful for the business. Every time I see an order or somebody respond or send me a picture on Twitter at JRSBBQ, I think of my mom and I think of Jan. And for me, that's the biggest reason the best reason I need to be in this little business. So we're selling a lot of stuff and people know it tastes good. You're a consumer, you're a user of our product which I appreciate. But yeah, business has been good, man. And it's going to be better because great gift ideas, Father's Days, all these things, birthdays, anniversaries. It's all cool. There's a lot of signed stuff on there. You can still get a first edition hardcover Under the Black Hat, personalized, signed. I get a kick when people get their books and they take pictures of them and they send them out on Twitter because everybody has the opportunity to have me write whatever they want. And in all transparency, I gotta kind of edit some of those. I'm not big about writing the F-bomb on a lot of books, so I don't do it. So I have another guy.
Could we get you to draw a stick figure sketch of a guy slapping his leg? Can we do that?
I'll try to work on that.
That would be tremendous.
Leg slappers. Isn't that funny how that's become an issue? Like I said before, people don't understand. JR's not against leg slapping.
Just be discreet.
Be discreet. That's all. Just be discreet and use it in a timely fashion. The less you use it, the more it means. That kind of goes to wrestling.
When we were in Jacksonville together, I was telling you, since that had become such a hot button issue, that one of the most masterful folks I ever saw do it was Jerry Lawler. And I had watched this same clip of him attacking Terry Funk for years and just thought he was just tearing his head off. And then I watched it with a guy who had been watching wrestling longer than me. And he said, "No, you idiot. Watch that hand." I forget which one it was, left or right or whatever. And I could see it, but only when it was pointed out to me. And I'd seen this clip 10 times and I never saw it. So I understand where you're coming from. And I greatly appreciate that everyone is coming from jrsbbq.com with some of that fantastic sauce and those books. I don't know if you've read the new JR book, by the way, but it's not just in hardcover where you can get it personalized. It's in paperback now too.
Right.
And I can't believe it. It's got a whole new resurgence. I thought everybody got this last year. It turns out a lot of people prefer the paperback and they're picking it up left and right.
Yeah. And, during COVID, we were limited on, I've done a couple of virtual book signings. I did one at Bookends there in New Jersey. I did one in St. Louis recently. Got a few more booked. And we'll talk about it when I get closer to those dates. But we had to kind of reorganize and rebirth how we promote and sell books, because the in-stores at Barnes and Noble, things like that, couldn't happen. And all that stuff hit just as the book was being released. So it was the worst timing that we could get. However, thanks to the loyalty of the fans, a lot of them that are listening right now, it became a bestseller. And now that the paperback is out, it's found its second wind, as they say. So, it's really been a blessing, quite frankly. And people have to understand, in the midst of finishing the book, Jan got killed. So we had to really filter my thought. I had to get my mind back on the book and stop and try to suspend the grieving just a little bit, a little at a time. And then, of course, the virus, all that stuff has affected when it was released. So the book has had a little challenging time. It's like a little baby that had kind of born prematurely, and only through love and support that it pulled through. And now it's doing great. It's very healthy, and I'm very blessed that we're doing as well as we are. So I can only say thank you, everybody, for supporting the things that we do. And it all starts there at our little website. And, I always say it doesn't cost anything to look. So I encourage you to check it out. Just look. Maybe you see something there you want to buy or try.
Hey,
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.